That's a you problem, not mine. I don't give a fuck, not one, not two. Your mouth ain't written no rule. Don't go knocking on hell's front door and cry when it opens. I don't raise my voice, I don't chase no fight. I let that silence sit like a loaded gun at night. You can run that mouth, you can test that fuse, but don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I've been patient, I've been kind, I've let fools cross too many lines, but there's a price when you light that fuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't make threats, I just bring bad news. You wanted smoke, now the sky turned black. You threw that stone, now it's coming back. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't start wars, but I damn sure choose to finish what you lit when you lit that fuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I've been dragged through dirt with my name in flames. I've had snakes shake hands, then run from blame, but I came back colder with a shorter fuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't need revenge, I don't need proof. I let karma ride with my name on the truth. And when she comes, she don't excuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't make threats, I just bring bad news. You wanted smoke, now the sky turned black. You threw that stone, now it's coming back. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't start wars, but I damn sure choose to finish what you lit when you lit that fuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. Careful now, this ain't a game. You can't light fire, then outrun the flame. Careful now, this ain't the move. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't make threats, I just bring bad news. You wanted smoke, now the sky turned black. You threw that stone, now it's coming back. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. I don't start wars, but I damn sure choose to finish what you lit when you lit that fuse. Don't fuck with me if you ain't ready to lose. Yeah, don't knock on hell's front door if you ain't ready to lose.
What's up, everybody? It's good to see you. I'm glad to see everybody here. Thank you for coming to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight we're going to bring that energy. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and jump on into chat. I want to hear from every single one of you. It's not a stream. This is just not a stream. It's a community. And tonight we're going to hopefully make it one to remember. So grab your drink, kick back, and let's get this show started. I'm Tattooed Rebel, and I am live now. Hello, Nani, Angel, Rebel. Everybody hit that like coming in. Come on now. Everybody hit that like coming in. And looks like Lincoln took a spill yesterday. That's not good, Nani. She said the scooter is out of here. All right, let me get this situated. There we go. I like me up on the, I like that up there on the screen better. Yeah, is he okay, Nani? He's all torn up. Damn it. Well, both knees, both elbows, his chest and his face. Damn it. Well, prayers for him, Nani. Prayers that I hope he gets better, and you tell him I said to get better. Quit riding them scooters. His lip is... Oh, so he's got a Kardashian lip. He has a Kardashian lip. Well, Angel had one of them one time, Nani. She got bee stung, though. She got bee stung. So hopefully he quits that stuff and quits messing around on them scooters. He was pitiful. Yeah, you send him our love and tell him we'll pray for him, Nani. All right, guys, let's get started. Because Rebel's a little tired. I know Becca's tired. We went out today and done some door dashing. Becca done the driving. I done the walking. And that's a little rough for an old man. For an old man, that was rough. Wasn't that bad, but it was rough. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about Maid. Now, guys, back... Oh, let me see. I wanna look up and don't want to tell you when all this was. All right, let me see. Okay, same thing I'm going to talk about was done by Dr. Maid Jacob Kevorkian. He was also known as Dr. Death back in the day. He was an American pathologist and euthanasia proponent. And he publicly championed a terminal patient's right to die by physician-assisted suicide, which I don't like that word, so he, quote, and trigger warning, helped people to go on to the other side. And it was very, very controversial back when he was doing it. But now, there's some states here that's actually, it's legal to do it in. So what was not legal back then is legal today, but what was not legal back then is not legal today. So it's just, some of the things are very odd. But now, he, and Dr. Kevorkian, he passed away in 2011 at the hospital in, the Corwell Hospital in Beaumont University in Royal Oak. I think it's either Michigan or Minnesota. But and let's see what states it's legal in. I don't want to lie to you. All right, so the states that this is legal in, it says Maid is legal in 14 U.S. jurisdictions, one of them being California, Colorado, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Montana, Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Vermont, Washington, and Washington, D.C. Now, every patient, though, has to be terminal with a prognosis of 6 months or less. But now the patient also has to be mentally capable of knowing what they're doing, and they have to do it self-administer, is what they're saying. But I've seen some where I've seen a video, and I'm trying to find that video again. But it was a nurse come in. She was on hospice. The lady was in her sound mind. I mean, she knew everybody standing there. She knew the year she was born. She knew this. She knew that. But she just had a disabling disease that had no cure, and there was no hope for it. And the way that she described it was, she said she would just go to sleep and wouldn't wake up. So that's the way it goes. But it's called Maid, and medical aid in dying is one of the most controversial medical, ethical, legal, and religious issues in modern society. Now, few topics create stronger disagreements among doctors, lawmakers, and religious leaders, patients, and families. Now, supporters argue that mentally competent adults who are suffering from terminal illness deserve the right to decide this. Opponents argue that intentionally ending a life, even at the patient's request, is fundamentally wrong and may place vulnerable people at risk, which is true. So, if you do this, you're actually on the risk of the M word, herder. I'll say that, herder. So, what I'm going to talk about is both viewpoints while explaining the laws in the United States, the public opinions that I've read about, and how Maid differs from the practices of Dr. Jack Kevorkian. Now, what is medical aid? Is sometimes called physician assistant or physician assistant dying, is the practice in which a licensed physician prescribes medication that a terminally ill, mentally capable adult may choose to self-administer. The medication is prescribed only after the patient meets strict legal requirements in jurisdictions where Maid is authorized. Now, it said it's important to distinguish Maid from euthanasia. In the United States, the physician writes a prescription. The patient decides whether to take it, and the patient must take the pill or the medication themselves. Active euthanasia is where a doctor directly administers a legal drug to intentionally cause it. Now, who qualifies to do this besides idiots? Just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. You got to be at least 18 years old, mentally capable, have a terminal illness, usually have a prognosis of 6 months or less to live, make voluntary requests free from coercion, be evaluated by multiple healthcare professionals and be able to self-administer. Now, states that allow this, as of 2026, 13 states plus the District of Columbia, which the first state was in 1997. Hey, ABD, 1997, guys. Now, I guess there were things back then that we didn't know. Oregon was the first state. And then we had Washington, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, Vermont, Delaware, Montana, court decision rather than statute on Montana, Illinois, New York, and Washington, D.C. And most states still prohibit physician-assisted passing. So, let's go into why do people choose Maid? Researchers show that people rarely choose Maid because of pain alone. Just because you have a lot of pain. I have a lot of pain in my feet at night, and that's, I think Becca said it's called neuropathy. And that sucks. That really, really sucks. It feels like my feet are in a fire. It feels like I have a million needles coming out of them and they throb. But pain alone is not going to do it. So common reasons include loss of independence, loss of dignity, inability to participate in enjoyable activities, fear of prolonged suffering, desire for control over the process of you leaving, loss of bodily functions, and fear of becoming a burden on loved ones. Okay. I have the fear of becoming a burden on Becca and the kids. But that don't mean that I want to do the Maid thing. The loss of bodily functions, that's why they make adult diapers. I'm not worried about that. Now the prolonged suffering, yeah, I mean if it gets bad to where I suffer every single day, I'd have to think about it there. The enjoyable activities, I'm going to do activities whether they hurt or not. So, now the loss of independence, I don't even have to say I would hope, so I'm going to say I know that I ain't worried about that, and because if Becca had a loss of independence to where she couldn't do nothing, I'm going to be right there. So I know that she would say the same thing, so there's no reason to even to go there. So, all right, let's look at the pros of medical aid. Personal autonomy. Now, supporters believe competent adults should have the right to make deeply personal decisions about the end of their life. And they argue, just like people about abortions, my body, my decision. Okay, your body, your decisions. Now, I will come in with the Christian thought of it here in a minute. So, y'all remind me about that part. Relief from suffering. It would relieve suffering, but it would cause more suffering to the family. I agree with that, Beagle Mom, and I know they had the cure for it years back, but like my brother with his pancreatic cancer. Now, even with the pain medication that they gave him, it was not enough to help him. I mean, he took liquid morphine, and that stuff would knock you out, but it didn't even ease the pain he had. So he suffered even with the pain medication that he had. So maybe I really don't know about that part. I really don't know. I just know my brother, even with his pain medication didn't help him ease his pain off at all. Okay, let's see. So, some illnesses produce severe physical pain or profound loss of function. Now, he didn't lose no loss of function, I guess, until the end. He just had a lot of pain. And they say supporters argue Maid allows patients to avoid prolonged suffering when treatments no longer help. And this is what gets me. People can think I'm crazy or whatever. I know they have a cure for cancer. I know this. They've had it. If they would give out the cures for everything that they had, the World Health Organization would be out of business. The big pharma would not be making any money like they're making now. They could charge a lot for the cures for cancer, but they rather get more money in for the medicine that they come up with. It's a control thing. They control us through our medication. They control us through a lot of things, guys, a lot of things. So, another thing is dignity. It says many terminally ill patients say they want to avoid the complete dependency or loss of communication. Now, I got a pen, or I got eyes to blink, or I can mumble, or I can, if I couldn't move, I could at least blink my eyes, or something like that. Loss of bodily control, that's just nature telling you it's about time. There's no way of, I don't, loss of bodily control, wear a diaper. That's all I can tell you. Progressive decline. Now, progressive is like my brother. I mean, and this is what I'll say. I noticed, and if I'm wrong, guys, you tell me. Say, Rebel, you're wrong. But I noticed that my brother was fine. Nothing wrong with him or anything like that. When they told my brother he had cancer and that he had 6 months, he lived a year. But when they told him he had cancer, he started going downhill. It's like you give up when you find out you got a debilitating disease. He completely gave up. I mean, he'd done the same things that he'd done before. It's just like he didn't care. He just gave up. He started losing weight. He started laying around the house. He didn't want to go nowhere. And there at the end, like I said, when my brother found out, he was over close to 500 pounds. When he left to be with mom and dad, he was 99 pounds. In a year. So from a little over 500 to 99 in less than a year. Well, in a year. Because he was fine, and he was up there at Mama's funeral in July of 2011. Or was it what was it? No. Hold on. 2015. August of next year, 2016, he went to be home. He went home to be with mom and dad. So from July of 2015 to August of 2016, that span time, he lost all that weight and was gone. All right, then we go to family preparation. And they say that making families having time to say goodbye to someone or gather relatives to come in and say goodbye, to settle your affairs. Okay, 98 pounds, I'm sorry. 1 pound off. But, you know, settle all the affairs that you have to take care of. And to just like have a big party and share final memories. Because you know it's coming. Now, studies have found that some patients feel relief simply knowing that that option exists, even if they never use it. So it's an option to use it or to not use it. Yeah, I carried him on his shoulder. So, you know, like I said, they don't have to do it. It's just, you got to qualify, pass all the qualifications, and then you would have the option to do it. You don't have to, it's just an option there for you. So, some people would agree that it is okay to do it because there is a lot of things, you know. I wouldn't want my mom to go through the pain she went through. If she wanted to do it, I would not agree with it, but I would not try and stop her. It's her decision. And it may be a wrong decision because I know in the Bible it says, thou shalt not kill. And to me, that's killing. So well, let's go on to the cons of it. So many religious traditions believe human life is sacred and only God can determine when your life ends. And that's what I believe. That's exactly what I believe. There's slippery slope concerns, as I call it. Critics worry about eligibility could gradually expand beyond terminal illness, pointing to a broader eligibility in some other countries as cautionary example. I agree with it too, Nani. And I will say this though. And we've actually had this a while. It's really a DNA, not a DNA. What's that thing called? DNR. But that's actually your life has already ended and do not resuscitate. See, Mama wanted one of those. And they always say that you get better before you go. And Mama was starting to get better there toward the end. And they said, well, she's not going to get any better. It's just she's looking like she's getting better. So, and she always told me, do not put me on a ventilator. And me being selfish and not wanting to lose my mother, thinking that she was going to get better, I put her on a ventilator. And that, even though I know she forgave me, and she forgives me, I mean, that still bothers me to this day even though I know she don't hold it against me. So they come and ask us one more time, a second time, and I told Mike, my oldest nephew, which he was with me, and he had the same kind of power I had. And I told him, I said, Mike, you have to choose this one. I cannot choose this one because Mike and Brandy were raised by my mom. So they were like her sons too. So Mike is the one that decided, and he says it still bothers him to this day for him doing it, but he knows he made the right decision. But that is something that haunts me. I think about that constantly. I don't show it a lot. I do talk about it. I've talked about it twice in 11 years, but it still haunts me to this day, even though I know she forgave me. It, it still bothers me to this day. So, now another one is pressure on vulnerable people. Opponents fear that elderly individuals, disabled people, and those who have limited financial resources might feel subtle pressure to choose that because they believe they are a burden. Um, I don't know. I really don't. And I don't know if I would feel like a burden on the family. I probably would. But to me, it's still against the Bible. I mean, I can't not think about that anymore. Ever since I started reading the Bible and all that, I cannot think about that anymore. I mean, I think about that all the time is what I'm saying out of the Bible. It keeps popping in my head every time that I read something like this. All right. So many doctors believe that medicine should focus on healing and comfort rather than intentionally help bring about a patient's demise. Now, the possibility of a misdiagnosis. There is a lot of misdiagnoses out there, and we've all seen it. We've all maybe had somebody in our family been misdiagnosed, and it's a terrible thing to have them misdiagnosed. So we go on to availability of palliative care. Now, some argue that improving hospice and palliative care is a better response to suffering than expanding access to Maid. And I believe if they would start giving the medicines and stuff like that to the people that need it and stop withholding this, then they would be a lot less made around. Now, public opinion. Now, public opinion has shifted over time, as we all know. Recent national polling has found that a majority of Americans support allowing physician-assisted demise for terminally ill adults under carefully regulated circumstances. Back when I was growing up, this shit was never heard of. Now, although support can vary depending on how the survey questions are worded and on respondents' religious or political views, support tends to be higher when questions emphasizes terminal illness, unbearable suffering, and patient choice. I don't care who it is, still from my standpoint, it is wrong to do it. Thou shalt not kill. And killing however you want to pronounce it, whether it be killing someone else or self-murder. Same thing. Okay, what about religious views? Many religious organizations oppose Maid. Now, the religious organizations that oppose it are the Roman Catholic Church, many evangelistic Christian churches, Orthodox Judaism, many Muslim organizations. And the reasons that they say are life is sacred, only God should determine the death. And I didn't know this and wasn't even thinking about it, but it is true. It is true. Suffering can have spiritual meaning. Another one is physicians take a Hippocratic oath to heal and not to intentionally help demise someone's life. Now, some religious groups, however, place greater emphasis on compassion, autonomy, and relief of suffering, leading to a wider range of views among faith communities. So, let me go right here. I'm going to start a poll. So there's the poll. Y'all go answer and give me your answers. All right, now we're going to go talk about Dr. Jack Kevorkian. Jack Kevorkian was an American pathologist who became the most well-known advocate of a physician-assisted demise. During the 90s. And he earned the nickname Dr. Death. Kevorkian believed competent adults had the right to choose death over if they were suffering or not. He publicly argued that helping terminally ill patients to demise should not be treated as a crime. He even made a machine to do it. Says Kevorkian designed a machine that allowed patients to activate the delivery of demise-ending medications themselves. He later used other methods in assisting patients, and he claimed to have assisted over 130 patients. So let's look at see why he was arrested. It says for years prosecutors had difficulty obtaining convictions because patients generally initiated the final act. Now in 1998, however, Kevorkian directly administered a lethal shot to a patient with advanced illness, and the event was recorded and broadcast publicly. This led for a conviction of second-degree murder in 1999, and he served approximately 8 years in prison before being released on parole. Now, 1999, and he served 8 years. I know guys, no offense, don't take this the wrong way. I know if you do that, you need to go to prison and serve your time. But I know guys in there doing 35 to 40 years over drugs, marijuana, as a matter of fact, nothing harsh, marijuana, and he done 8 years and was released on parole. So what do y'all think about that? All right, let's look at the comparison between Dr. Kevorkian and Maid. Now, Maid is legal only where authorized. Jack Kevorkian operated before most U.S. laws existed. Maid is governed by detailed statutes. Kevorkian lacked standardized legal oversight. Yeah, I never did think. I guess Fager. I always called him Fager. I guess Fager was that good, but I didn't think he was that good. Which I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. Because I don't know much about lawyers. Hell, the last lawyer I had said 6 months wasn't that long. It'll be over in a snap. I said, you're not one going to be behind them bars for 6 months. How do you know? Okay. Maid is limited to qualifying terminally adults. Kevorkian assisted patients who eligibility would not meet today's law. Maid requires multiple medical safeguards, and Kevorkian's safeguards varied widely. Maid, patient generally self-administers. Kevorkian, in some cases, Kevorkian directly administered. Yeah, it was a big ordeal. I remember Beagle Mom. I remember him talking about this. That was what the news was about back then. Maid is subject to oversight and reporting. Kevorkian had no formal regulatory system existed. So these differences are central to why many supporters of Maid distinguish modern laws from Kevorkian activities. Critics, however, argue that both involve positions participating in the demise and therefore raise similar ethical questions. So, what are the ethical questions that are out there? So, the debate over Maid raises several enduring questions. Does personal autonomy include choosing the time of one's death? Is there a moral difference between allowing a person to die and prescribing medications they may use to end the life? How can society protect vulnerable people while respecting individual choices? Should physicians ever intentionally participate in the demise? There is no universal agreement, and these questions continue to shape legislations, medical practice, and public debate. So, you have. Okay, I'll use my brother. Hello, mentors. So was it legal down there to begin with, mentors? Canada does it as well, Angel. Was it legal? Was it ever legal down there, mentor? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I'm just gonna. I want honest answers. Damn, I went down to one person. All right. So if you had a family member, if you had a family member that, okay, we'll say it's been on life support, had no bodily functions, had no bodily movement, couldn't move, laid in the bed 24/7. But they were of legal mind and they were awake and knew it and could blink. And they somehow or you asked them if this is what they wanted. Could you do that to a family member that didn't want to be in that kind of, I think they call it a vegetative state? Could you do it then? Me, I couldn't, because I don't care how vegetative you are. I don't care what's wrong with you. I am there to protect you. There's a thing that I see all the time. There's a thing that I see all the time on Facebook, little reels and YouTube shorts. And this is what it says. It says, I signed your birth certificate. You will sign my death certificate. And that's a hard thing to think about, but I only do it, I would only do it if the good Lord brings you home. I'm not going to do it where a doctor helps you. We were told by the hospice center when my dad was in late stages of cancer just to take my dad home and just not feed or provide him any water. We were mortified and removed him. Did you not sue that hospital? I mean the hospice center. I would. Oh, no, no, no. I'd still be fighting that hospice center, mentor. All right. So my conclusion for tonight says medical aid in dying remains one of the most debated issues in modern medicine. It involves deeply held beliefs about compassion, autonomy, dignity, suffering, religion, and the role of physicians. And over the past 3 decades, more U.S. states have adopted carefully regulated Maid laws, while many others continue to prohibit the practice. Public opinion has generally moved toward greater acceptance under strict safeguards, but significant ethical and religious objections remain. Now, Dr. Jack Kevorkian helped bring national attention to this issue in the 90s, I'm sorry. But his actions occurred outside of the framework of today's regulated Maid programs. Now, modern laws generally require multiple safeguards, physician evaluations, voluntary requests, and self-administration by eligible terminally ill patients. Yeah, at least you're fashionably late, Julie. But that's all right, darling. Thank you for being here. Now, features that distinguish them from Kevorkian's approach. Now, whether this is viewed as an act of compassion that honors patient autonomy or as a practice that raises profound ethical concerns, Maid continues to prompt difficult conversations about the value of life, the relief of suffering, and how society should care for people at the end of life. This is how you should care. Now, if it's your parent that is wanting this done, she brought you into this world and she raised you. She took care of you. She done everything that a mother's supposed to do. So now at the end of her time, it's everything that a child is supposed to do. And that's take care of them, no matter what. So, I don't believe in Maid, never have, never my Christian belief. So, no, I will not agree with that. I won't agree with that. All right, so out of 7 votes, here's the answer to the poll. Do you think Maid is a good thing or not? 7 votes altogether, and 7 votes all said no. That's great. That's what I like to hear. There it is, finally. I myself will not put my family through that situation or be a burden, and I know many say controversial, yet just leave and take care of what I need to. And I would hope God knows my heart. Well, let me find it here, guys. And I'll say this. Hey, Germany. I'll say this. I have to go by what this says. This right here. Let me make that bigger. That's what I had to go by right there. And Maid is this one right here. So this is what I had to go by. Right there. Now, I know some people think, well, why? Because that's what was written. Understand it's against biblical scriptures, yet after knowing the pain I went through with my dad and sis, I would not want those I live to ever experience. I understand that. But like that one quote that I was saying in there that someone had written down. In the Bible, every pain that you go through is a lesson. Everybody goes through that pain. Everybody. Everybody goes through that lesson. Which I want your opinions, though, mentors. So don't think that I'm not putting your opinion down. I'm just stating mine. And I understand your part because I still live with the fact that I kept my mother on a ventilator when she asked me not to. Earthly pain is temporary, yes. All right, guys, so if there's anything that you want me to talk about, please send it to tattooedrebel2229@gmail.com. Angel, can you put my email in there, just in case? Oh, my goodness. I just now realized it's something, guys. All right, guys. So let's see. Tonight's Tuesday. Tomorrow night's church, guys. Please be here for tomorrow night's church. I would appreciate that so much. Share it out. Here, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in chat, and I want y'all to go share this out with everybody. Share it with anybody that you know of. So, will you do that for me? Would you do that for me? I would appreciate it so very, very much. I think tomorrow night's going to be a good church. Are you kidding? So y'all go over and hit that like on it already. That's the thing for tomorrow night's church. And I got one for tomorrow that I'm going to talk about that I didn't know until I started reading it. And I'll tell you this. God takes care of us every single day. Every single day. Whether we know it or not. And it's in the Bible that He takes care of us every single day. So if you believe what I just said, put amen in chat for me. Every single day God takes care of us because it is in the Bible. And I have proof. And I have proof. As a matter of fact, now, we're going to wait till tomorrow. I want y'all to wonder what I'm talking about, which some of you probably already know. But still, it's amazing to me, and I love to shout out amazing things when I find it in the Bible. So guys, share that to everybody you know. I don't care who it is. It could be your neighbor across the street. It could be the mailman. It could be the guy that bags up your groceries at the grocery store. It could be the guy that walks down your street and sees a penny laying there and he stops in front of your house and picks it up. Say, hey, I got this show I want you to watch tomorrow. Say, if you don't believe in God, I got an old boy that I know will prove that he does. So guys, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for getting me to 10. I'd like to see 20, but 10's good enough. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be here. And don't forget to share this out with everybody. Please, please, please. I love each and every single one of you. So don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe, okay? Thank y'all for being here. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about, put in, yes, prayers for Angel's foot. She did drive today, but the only thing she done was use her toes. She did not use her whole foot. It was just her toes because the boot. Well, not the boot, because she had it off. She was afraid that she would go too fast. She is okay, but it does get sore at night when it, she don't move. So much love and God bless. Guys, if you enjoyed this show, see you Wednesday. You better be there, Julie. Julie, send this to your boy. I'd love to see him over there. I'd love to see him come in. But much love and respect to each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow night over on White Trash Family. I love each and every single one of you. Hit the like, share, subscribe on your way out. If you'd like to, you can leave Rebel a tip right there in the Cash App scrolling across the bottom screen. Now, you don't have to, but I would ask you to hit the like, share, and subscribe. And whatever you want to hear about, send it to me. I'll look it up, and we might do a show on it. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow to put up the live for next week. I want to see if you send anything in. It's at tattooedrebel2229@gmail.com. So much love and respect. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love each and every single one of you. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Love y'all. Y'all be good. Stay safe.
They're preaching from the city with a silver tongue, telling us what's right, what we can't become. But out here in the heartland, we've had enough. We don't bow down, we were raised too tough. You can ban my words, but not my pride. This is our land and we won't hide. The more you push, the more we fight. We're standing tall for what's ours by right. Don't tread on me, don't tread on you. This land is ours, red, white, and true. From the backwoods fire to the city street, freedom's They cancel our voices, they shame our songs. But outlaw country's been loud all along. From the farmer's hands to the soldier's boots, we've planted pride with deep down roots. You can take my